Pisces, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Pisces, please. All right, so we have the Eight of Swords in reverse, your energy, your person showing up as the Emperor in reverse, Aries energy. All right, the Knight of Swords is how they're viewing you, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. What you're not seeing is the Three of Cups, and we have the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces coming through, and we see the King of Wands. All right, so I feel like Pisces with the King of Wands, some of you may have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius in your chart. I actually feel like you're in your power. You're attractive, you're successful, you know what you want. You may also be getting a lot of attention right now. Now with the Eight of Swords in reverse, it does feel like you may have just recently gotten out of some sort of karmic situation, which can be a living situation, it can be a job, it can be a relationship, but something here that was definitely taking away from you. And, I feel with the Emperor in reverse, some of you may have gotten out of a relationship here with this person. Because the Emperor in reverse can be somebody here who's confrontational, somebody who's not willing to step up in the relationship. And there may have even been some third-party interference here. But Pisces being so intuitive, I feel like whether you have proof or not, you kind of already know what wasn't working in this situation. So I do feel like you've freed yourself and you're really standing in your power here with this King of Wands and receiving attention or success. Yeah, the Nine of Cups, this is Jupiter in Pisces. I think you're really finally focusing, Pisces, on what you want. What is your wish fulfillment? What do you want in life? What do you want in love? Now, you're viewing this person as the Ten of Swords in reverse. So I do think that you're seeing this person clearly. You may know that this is somebody that wants to heal things with you. If this is not someone you've been in a relationship with or have had an ending with, this is someone you're seeing as having gone through something very difficult, being in the process or having healed from some sort of painful ending here. All right, and you're viewing the relationship as the Three of Wands. So you're definitely feeling distance here, whether that's physical distance or emotional distance. But with the Three of Wands, I feel like you're waiting, like you're watching and waiting to see what unfolds, to see how this person acts or how they behave. Well, they're matching your energy here with the King of Wands. All right, so I like that energy because this is telling me they're very capable of meeting you, Pisces, where you are. Okay, and like I said, some of you, this is someone you've had an ending with. You may be open to healing things with them, or this may be someone who's simultaneously experienced some sort of ending just as you have. All right, so let's go ahead and see what your oracle cards have to say here. All right, you can't escape your shadow self. So until you make the unconscious conscious, it will continue to direct your life, okay? But I think, my Pisces, I think you've been doing shadow work. I mean, I see you really starting to focus on you with that Nine of Cups. What is it that you want? What do you want your life, your life, your career, your relationships to really look like? And is there anything that needs to be addressed in the meantime? Spirit saying, believe in miracles. You have to take risks. Miracles will only happen if you allow the unexpected to happen. Okay, so it tells me that there's something unexpected coming, something new. I always feel like these orbs represent like blessings coming your way. Yeah, and we get confirmation here, Pisces, that you have a bright future ahead. There are no limits to what you can have. Believe in your dreams and success will follow. Yes, beautiful. And I do see that with our final outcome here, the King of Cups, and your advice is like, this is you really coming into alignment. This is also something coming towards you, a love offer, something that's aligned with your heart. and we see conflict resolution. So for a lot of you, this is this person, and I love the fact that we have these double King of Wands here flanking this reading. This person, it feels like no matter how they've acted, how they've behaved, of course, we're not going to give someone a pass who's, cheated or been abusive or anything like that. But, this is somebody who's stepping up to the plate, somebody here who's capable of meeting you where you are, seeing eye to eye. So differences are bound to create conflict, but no matter how intractable, all conflicts are capable of peaceful resolution through compromise. Okay, so it does look like this is you potentially being met where you are, Pisces, and that can be a beautiful thing. Now we see the Emperor in reverse. Your person may be a little bit stubborn. This may be someone here who's been or is non-committal. Okay. Six of Cups, but they're definitely mourning the past here. They're definitely upset about what's happened here. It feels like this person's really stuck on you. Aries energy. They're ready for a new beginning. They're ready to do things differently, taking a risk, a leap of faith, and they're getting clarity. Seven of Cups in reverse, that they want reconciliation, that you're the person that they want to be with. The Seven of Cups in reverse can also be them eliminating other options or obstacles here so that you two can be together. Now this person is seeing you as the Knight of Swords. Now this Knight of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, he has his back to us and he's moving off in a different direction. So this person knows that you're not waiting around, right? And also it feels like it's very clear that you're focused on what you want, the things that you want to go after in life. And we see the Nine of Swords. I feel like this is more of a projection, although some of my Pisces, maybe they know that you've been stressed or exhausted lately. But I feel this is more of a projection of them being really stressed about you, about losing you, about having sabotaged this connection or not stepping up when they needed to. Yep, look at that. Double nines here. Pay attention to that number sequence. But they're seeing you as single. They're seeing you as powerful. The Nine of Pentacles, she's one of my favorite cards in the deck. She's somebody who's alone but not lonely. She's built a life for herself. She doesn't really need anybody or anything, right? She's a I'm going to do it for myself type of person. And they see you as being in a very healthy energy as well. So you may be really focusing on your health and your wellness, your finances. This is you in that King of Wands energy, in your power, right? And the Knight of Wands energy in reverse. Okay, so this person may be projecting onto you, wanting to play the field. They might also know that you might be triggered. You may be triggered by them coming around, or that you're just not really confident about whether or not they can meet you where you are, or they can provide or give you what you're looking for. But we've got the Queen of Wands. We have the King and the Queen of Wands here, Pisces. So for a lot of you, I just want to be really clear. I don't feel like there's been a deal breaker here. All right, like I did say, well, there may be some third party interference, but it doesn't feel like we're dealing with somebody here who cheated on you. This could be bad advice. This wasn't a connection that found its form yet and they were dating other people. Because I am getting like power couple vibes. I am getting you and this person being extremely compatible. And this person probably sabotaging, fumbling you, messing this up, missing you, and then having an awakening, doing some shadow work and seeing, you know what, I don't want to lose this. This could be the romance of a lifetime for me. This could be my person, Pisces. All right, so let's see what else we need to know about this person before we jump to any conclusions. So we see athlete energy. This person might feel like you're a little bit out of their league. All right, we see misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement, okay? So some of you, they might feel like physically you're out of their league. Some of you, they don't feel like the best version of themselves right now. But I do think we need to pay attention to this false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. That is Emperor energy in reverse. And I do think this person does display that tendency. Okay, but they're also showing up as the mother archetype. So nurturing, patient, unconditionally loving, a joy to giving birth to life. Okay, and let's see how they're viewing you. So this person is loving and compassionate and nurturing. Okay, even though they can sometimes be a little bit entitled is what I'm getting. All right, let's see. They're viewing you as king. Wow. enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. So they definitely see your worth and your value. It's like they're starting to look up to you here, Pisces, and they see you as the Fool archetype, Aries energy coming through strong in this reading, but fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. So this person absolutely wants a new beginning with you, but they see you as, emoting, which is very Pisces of you, but also being funny, being lighthearted, being able to take a joke, being able to laugh at things that maybe were once serious now that they're, not so present or so serious for you. All right, but it's just good vibrations. So what we're not seeing is the Three of Cups. This person definitely wants reunion, but I did also see that in the background there may have been third-party interference, and I do get confirmation with that with the Seven of Cups in reverse, but it does feel like this person is eliminating obstacles or other options or noise, okay? And we see the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Moon card, okay? So I do feel the Moon card is that I think this person is realizing here that they weren't giving sufficiently to this connection for whatever this third party energy was. Family, work, their hobbies, their friends, maybe a romantic rival for some of you. But that's for those of you where this wasn't like a committed relationship. I also feel I'm getting this energy from this person of having really much deeper feelings for you than they let on, but like not wanting you to know that. And so that's why they acted maybe a little bit aloof, or they were just tossing breadcrumbs to see how you feel. So I'm getting like a little bit of emotional immaturity. I'm also getting insecurity from this person. Yeah, and we see heartbreak, but I think they're realizing how bad they messed up here or what they potentially sabotaged. I mean, I'm seeing you two as potentially a power couple with the King and the Queen of Wands. But with that said, it does look like there was some sort of third-party interference here that you're not quite fully aware of, although intuitively, I think a lot of my Pisces, you already knew that there was something here. But I'm also seeing that this person is secretly heartbroken over you. King of Cups. So this is you staying in alignment, trusting your intuition, focusing on your creativity and your own personal path. So we do have a Mercury retrograde coming up. I think it's in July, if I'm not mistaken. But Magician energy in reverse tells me that you're not really meant to take action or to communicate here, Pisces. I mean, you do what feels right, but I feel like this is more of an energy of let this person come to you. Yep, keep focusing on your creativity, on what you're building, on your wish fulfillment. Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. You are getting clarity and communication and a fresh start. Okay, and your person, again, showing up as the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So this person is coming in to make you a love offer, but whether or not you accept it, Pisces, of course, is going to be completely up to you. All right, so let's see what else we need to know about this person. What else do my Pisces need to know about this person? All right, they know what you're up to. They're following you, watching you online, asking people what you've been up to. This Spirit Babies card for me is a very Six of Cups energy, like you two matching each other's energy. There's a sweet energy, okay, and we see stalking. So this person is absolutely keeping tabs on you, all right? Absolutely keeping tabs on you, Pisces. You may or may not be aware of that, but watching your stories, watching your updates, maybe even asking people about you, maybe even, watching you like secretly through different accounts and things like that. All right, so we see sabotage. I do get this person having this realization that they mess up the good things in life sometimes. And they left when things got hard. They may feel like they bolted or they dipped before, there was repair. And they're realizing that the way you love can never be matched, that you are irreplaceable here, Pisces. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see. What are their very next actions towards you? Because I do think you are going to be getting truth and clarity from this person, a love offer or an apology, whether you want to accept it or not. Pisces is completely up to you, of course, right? But their very next actions towards you in the next week or so, they're stressing. Eight of Swords. And the Magician, about communication and about taking action. But I do think that they're really in their head right now, Okay, but I do think that is an indication that within the next week or so, you may be getting communication or this person taking action towards you. At the very least, giving you this truth and this clarity. Advice and guidance for my Pisces, please. All right, we see choose presence. So be here instead of ahead. So stay present. Remember, when we find ourselves too often in the past, it can create depression. And when we're too far ahead, it gives us anxiety. Observe, don't interpret. Okay, so right now it's just like watch and pause before you act. Give yourself space before responding, okay? And hold your center, Pisces. You can care without abandoning yourself. And see what this person is offering, what they're bringing to the table. And is it good enough for you? All right, my lovely Pisces, I'm going to leave it here. Sending you love and light. Take care.